Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for October 28, 2022, the Heads Roll Edition. And we begin with that story, which is, of course, that Elon Musk has bought Twitter, and he immediately fired the CEO, the CFO, the general counsel, and one other from the head of Twitter, or the management, rather, of Twitter. The heads are going to roll further. Tomorrow he's supposed to meet with the Twitter rank and file, and you can rest assured that he is going to slash, burn, cut. So good luck with Twitter. Our next story comes to us from Yum Brands, or rather Reuters. And it's about Yum Brands, who own KFC, or what used to be known as Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, Yum Brands has reached a deal to sell its KFC restaurants in Russia. So Russia is going to lose KFC chicken. There'll be another restaurant, but it won't be KFC. Next up, from the New York Times, the Biden administration is weighing further controls on Chinese tech. It's mulling further export controls that would clamp down on China's ability to gain access to cutting-edge technologies, and expects to soon secure a deal for allies to issue their own restrictions. These steps would broaden the impact of the sweeping limits the Biden administration announced on the sale of semiconductor technology to China. So it looks like another wave of export controls will be coming against China. Of course, you can expect China to respond in a tit-for-tat manner, as the United States imposed extensive restrictions on the sale of advanced computing chips, chip-making equipment, and other related products. In a China story, not clear how it's related to the export control, but clearly troublesome, the Los Angeles Times reports that China has established dozens of overseas police stations in nations around the world, including the United States, that activists fear will be used to track and harass Chinese dissidents. The Spanish-based non-governmental group Safeguard Defenders published a report last month that transnational policing has gone wild from the China side. When you kind of put all of these stories about China together, it's clear that the relations between China, the United States, and the remainder of the Western world are going down precipitously, and that there's going to be more arrests, more harassment, probably more announcements from the Attorney General, similar to what we recently had around the court case. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.